Hi, this is Viji'sVeggieVignettes here. You have watched my videos and you have liked and you've written a lot of comments. I'm overwhelmed with your response. So here's one more to make it more interesting for you. And I was super excited because I just went to the garden and plucked my cluster beans. So I'm going to do a curry, a sauce, a tangy, spicy sauce with cluster beans, a side dish which this community uses as sauce with the rice and main course. It's very tasty. So let's get started, shall we? So I'll first steam it in water, like I always do. I like it to be absolutely green, okay? So I'll add some water first, very little water. When I'm stirring it in salt water for some time, I need very little water because it's already starting to cook. So it's super fast when I just leave it for a whistle and open it. Here's some salt to go with it. So I'll let it dissolve. And it's almost dissolved. Let me add a little wee bit more water. The details of the measurements are all given in the link below. So I might not be precise here. I'm just going to explain how the dish is made. And you can go down later and see all the details and you can do it much better. So the salt is dissolved. I'm going to throw this in. Here. You can see it becoming green, absolutely green. At this stage, I'm going to just close the lid, place the weight, and let it go on for a whistle, and I'm going to open it after that. We'll come back after a whistle. I'm going to switch it off, and I'll just sprinkle a little cool water on it, and then I'll get it back because I'd like to open when the sound is completely stopped. I'm going to open it immediately. So here, I'm opening it, and you can see it's cooked to softness. Here you go. It can't be softer than this. It's absolutely cooked and so rich and green in color. Okay, so I'm going to get this down and let me keep a pan. Now, you people can cook it any way you want as long as you get the green color that I want you to get. Okay, in an Instapot, a pan with a lid, anything you can cook. You don't have to use a pressure cooker. I use a pressure cooker because it's very convenient and easy for me and it gets done in a jiffy and the color remains. Okay, so we use sesame oil for this. I have to specify here that I have written in some of the recipes below that sesame oil that I use here is South Indian sesame oil. It's not Chinese. Chinese sesame oil has a different flavor and taste. So I need to tell you that you need to buy the sesame oil for this cooking from the Indian grocery store that is available anywhere across the world. Okay? So this has a nice flavor with sesame oil. Well, you just don't have to worry at all because I am not specifying the ingredients or the amount here in this video for you. It is all given in the link below and you can follow that. Because I'd like you to follow instead of having your book in your hand and trying to write it down while you're watching me. I don't want that to happen. I just want you to watch me calmly, enjoy the whole video. Later when it's over, you go down to the link and then follow the recipe, which I've given in detail. Okay? So let me add the mustard. It's starting to pop. It's taking its time. So the smoke level is pretty high in a sesame oil. So you think it's hot, but it's not. So it's just getting there at this stage. Let me add a little curry leaves. And then the flavor can get into it. And I'll add it in the end also. There we go. Just a little. And I will add sambar powder for this, the versatile sambar powder, since it's made into a sauce. Okay. And our little tamarind sauce, like I said. This puree is made at home. In one of my videos, I'll show you how it's made at home. It's pretty easy. But of course, you have the option to buy it in a grocery store anywhere across. Good brand tamarind sauce. But I will still go ahead and show how I make it at home, because it gives me a homegrown feeling, whatever I do at home. Okay, so here we go. I add a little, you can add this to the oil and fry it also, but I didn't. And you can add even Bengal gram or chana dal for this, but I've not added for this. Doesn't matter. So along with the mustard seeds, you can add the chana dal and fry it. And here goes these cubed coconut, freshly grated coconut. I add this, and I add a little turmeric powder. Of course, you need to add the hing powder to give it that special flavor. And with all this, I'm going to allow the raw smell to go before it's ready to be added with the vegetable. So I also add a little jaggery because it neutralizes the tangy and the salty taste and the spicy taste, and it tastes very well. I'm going to add very little salt because I've already added it in the cluster beans. I don't want it to be overly salty. So we need to balance all the tastes right, okay? So this is already thickened, and sometimes we do add a little rice flour soaked in water because that kind of makes it mild and a little tasty, and it also is a thickening agent. There you go. So generally, I don't like the taste of chana dal being seasoned with mustard, but they definitely add chana dal. So you can season that too along with the mustard. So this is done. At this stage, I'll just add a little my homegrown curry leaves. It's all washed and ready for me to use. I love using too much of it. My family complains that I'm using too much just because it's grown home, but I love it. Okay, at this stage, I'm going to add the custard beans. So, this dish is done. So folks, try this at home and like and subscribe. The more of you who share on WhatsApp, it's actually very good for me because you can share it into your groups, and that's how a good cuisine like this spreads across. I want everybody to see what I enjoy every day in my life. Most of the times, I pluck the vegetables from my garden, and I try to do whatever is available there in the garden. That's the way I go about each day. In one of my videos, maybe I should share with you how I grow my vegetables in my backyard, because some of them have asked me that. So I'm going to definitely talk about that in one of my videos. Until then, and until we meet again the next time, this is Viji Vardarajan signing off. Bye.